The sons of Israel, B'nai Israel, is how the Israelites are referred to in the Torah. Israel was the name given to the Jewish patriarch Jacob after he wrestled with an angel. Genesis chapter 32, verse 29. As noted above, Israel means wrestle or struggle with God. Why should non-Jews care about the story of one of the smallest nations on earth? Because the Israelites' move to Egypt set the stage for two of the most important events in world history: the Israelites' exodus from Egyptian slavery and the revelation of the Ten Commandments at Mount Sinai. Even an atheist who believes neither event occurred would have to acknowledge that the Western world, and those parts of the non-Western world influenced by the West, has been largely shaped by belief that these events did occur. For example, Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin, two of the founders of America, neither of whom believed in a literal reading of the Bible, commissioned a design for the Great Seal of the United States of America which depicted the Israelites leaving Egypt. Franklin proposed the scene be surrounded by the words, "Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God." Not only did these men deem the Exodus to be civilization-defining, they also believed America was founded in a second Exodus, of people leaving Europe and establishing the United States. That these two events, the Exodus and the giving of the Ten Commandments, are the two seminal events, other than creation itself, of the Torah, means liberty and morality are the twin pillars of the Torah. They became the twin pillars of America as well, which is not surprising, given that America was, outside of Israel, the most Bible-based, particularly the Hebrew Bible country, ever founded. Essay: The Jews, a Second Creation. Verse 7. But the Israelites were fertile and prolific. They multiplied and increased very greatly. Professor Nahum Sarna, the author of important commentaries on Exodus and Genesis, points out the language used in this verse, multiplied and increased, echoes the opening chapter of Genesis, in which God instructs all living creatures to multiply and increase over all the earth. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Just as the world was created by God in the beginning of Genesis, a new creation is now taking place with the formation of the Jewish people as a nation. The Jews, God's third attempt to create a moral world. The Exodus, followed by the revelation of the Ten Commandments at Sinai and the subsequent writing of this Torah, may be considered God's third attempt to create a moral world. God's first attempt to make a good world was creating human beings with a conscience. That didn't work. Cain, the firstborn child of the first couple, Adam and Eve, killed his brother Abel. After this, a general moral deterioration of humanity followed, and God came to regret creating human beings. Genesis chapter 6, verses 5 through 6. Consequently, God sent the flood, destroying all mankind except for one particularly good man, Noah and his family. Since the human conscience was insufficient to make a good world, God then revealed some basic moral laws and principles, such as not to murder, to take the life of those who deliberately murder, to have children, not to consume the blood of any creature, and every human being is created in the image of God. Genesis chapter 9, verses 1 through 7.